Welcome to Gary's Hobby Studio. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the status of the room. We did get the wood today. It's Wednesday, the 24th of March. Me and Jason did it on our lunch break. Took a little over our lunch break, but that's because things were just running slow at Lowe's. Plus, I'll discuss a few other things at the end. So let's get started. Okay, and as you can see, I've got this one wired up. There's the junction box, and there's the other one. They're both wired up. Lines are tacked up to be held up. I'm feeding it through, well, I created that hole in this one and fed it through the existing ones because when I'm done, there's the junction box that everything's going to go in. And then maybe this weekend I might get this done. It just depends. As long as I can figure out what kills the power to this room. But I think I'm going to go with my original plan of separating it out there and running a wire back and wiring up to its own circuit. I was going to separate this room entirely from the other stuff, but I decided, yeah, nah, that's not going to happen. Okay, so I was doing some digging for the electrical, and those two silver wires right there on the right, those are the ones that powered not only the lights, but also these two outlets. I learned that this one is on a different circuit because I see the electrical line up there for it. So if I can hopefully, depending upon the age of this frickin' wire, get it out of the junction box there, should be long enough, especially if I flip it up and over the two black lines there. This house is wired so screwy, it's not even funny. Put a junction box there, then I can run the wire, whether it be using this existing wire here or run new. I'll probably run new. The reason why I'm using the old wire is because I'm not ripping the walls down, because the weird thing is that one silver wire comes down to this outlet down here, it then comes back up with a new wire, a newer version wire, and then comes all the way over, hidden in there, all the way down to that one there, which is stupid. I don't get it. But I just got to figure out how to turn the power off to here. And then once I do that, then I just got to change all this stuff. So I need to pick up at least, I'm going to pick up 2 junction boxes just in case if I need to. But I'm thinking I only need one because I'm definitely going to reuse that one for the lights. Because I want to get this wire tacked up so I can fit the can, I want to say right about here for the new one, because that should be in line, which it should come to here actually, because that's where it is, so it's not actually there. And that's going to be interesting how to do that. But yeah, that's pretty much what I figured out with the electrical, because I want to get that done, because if I can get that done tomorrow, Sunday, whenever Jason and I go and pick up the, if we pick it up tomorrow, then I should be able to finish this either tomorrow, which is Sunday, or starting next week. That's like I said, there's always stuff to do, and yeah. It's gonna come there, and I'm gonna have to figure out how in the bloody hell I'm gonna do that. I mean, there's plenty of room. I may put that up tonight. But yeah, like I said, that's what I've come up so far. Okay, so I actually got the canister lights. I didn't put one in there or in this one yet, but as you can see, they're working. And once I add that one and that one, it's actually going to light up the room really nice. I think in the future when I buy those, I'll try to get ones that change color or something like that, just to try it out, see what happens. I rewired, or I got the outlets to work. The only problem is the wiring is so short in there that I can't turn them upside down. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to find some kind of a right angle, left angle, some kind of goofiness to plug into here for when my desk is sitting here, so that it'll help because of the whole right angle thing on the UPSs that I have. But yeah, I mean, all I need now is just to get the wood and finish the floor. I have to get stuff to shim it so that it's treated so it doesn't rot due to water. But other than that, that's that. And then I need to get molding for up there and lay the tile down here and molding for down here. And yeah, after that, man, that's going to be pretty decent. I still can't believe how well I've done things. I mean, I've always messed with electrical. When I was with my ex-wife, I actually added, there was a room that was the person that we were renting from's weight room. And so anyways, the room that we were, or the house we were renting, me and my ex-wife, there was a weight room that this guy had, and I made it my server room because I had a standing tower server instead of, which that lasted up until my apartment. And then after that, that's when I decided to go rack, because it's definitely a lot better. But anyways, basically, I ran some power line up into the rafters and everything, and put metal junction boxes, which as a matter of fact, I have a couple here from when I was with her. But here's one of them right here, and it holds 2 outlets, and that's pretty much what I did. I jumped them across and had it all set up, and you know, it worked good. The only thing I did learn is not the little I don't know what they're called, but they're screw-on pieces, and they have a way to like hold down cables when you put them in there, and I screwed them down too tight, and it caused it to crack the insulation, and then there was a ground. But as soon as I loosened it up and cut the end and redid it just to make sure, it was fine, and the breaker didn't trip because there was no longer a short. But I'm going to go ahead and clean up everything here on the floor because it's a freaking mess. And hopefully the next chunk of the video is going to be that we finished this and started laying that, and we'll go from there. So we have the remaining pieces of wood that we need to finish the room. We're going to also be using those for blockers and other things, possibly even maybe if I cut it right to shore up the remaining parts. These 6 right here is what's going on the floor. They'll have to be cut to fit in certain places, and hopefully I picked enough that it'll actually fill the room and go into the closet. This one here is to fix my desk because of the one piece, and I'll show you that when we're at that point. But to come back in here, now, yeah, I screwed up. I didn't put these 16 on center, so that where the center of this is like at the 16-inch mark. The way Jason was describing is that I could put another board at the 8-foot mark here. He's saying I need 3, but it's like the room's 13 feet 10 inches this way. I'm thinking I only need 2 because I need to cut, so this way I don't have to trim as much stuff and get funky. I have to come over here 8 and put 1 this way, then do 8 feet from the edge of there over 8 feet this way. So I figure there'll be 1 here and then 1 here. I could space the 2. I'll have to think about it and make sure, and then put the remaining 3 here, so that, and it should work. I could also pick up 2 more. I'll have to see if it's better to do that after measuring and deciding and stuff like that. I don't know how I'm going to get the other 2, because his kids' after school activities are now really kicking in, especially since it's getting closer to summer, which is why I've been trying to get this done, so that whenever me and the wife want to go somewhere, we can just go, and I don't have to go, oh man, I have to get this done and all this stuff. But yeah, that's why I started it, and sometimes I regret doing it, but that's the general plan, is to just do that, because, you know, 1 sheet's going to come over 8 feet, and then I have to cut it, and then I have to get the other sheet, and the remainder 5 foot, so about 3 feet. Yeah, because it's going to be 5 feet something, you know, 5 feet 10 inches, something like that. And so it'll be 5 foot something that's going to be placed down. There'll be 3 something lopped off, which some of that can go into there. And when it comes down to the last row, because there'll be 2 rows of 4 foot, 4 foot, then about 2 feet to hit that wall. So then the other 2 feet that's cut off of both of them here, I can use to lay there. And that's why, like I said, I should, if done correctly, but then again, this is me, I should have enough to lay it all down and be done with it. That's what I'm hoping for. And that's going to start on Thursday as you're seeing this, because you're going to see it on Friday. Thursday I'm going to start doing this stuff, and then Friday through the weekend, I'm hoping to have this all done by this weekend. I'm hoping. You know, they say hope in one hand and crap in the other, and see which one fills up first. But, you know, well, that's wishing, but still the same thing. Because like I said, there's still things that could go wrong. And then after that, I haven't found any molding to replace this, and this stuff's still in good shape. This stuff down here was crap. And I found something that's probably similar to what we had down here on the floor. I mean, I'm not going to change that, because like I said, with the stuff in the closet there, because my theory is that, you know what, once my stuff's in there, I don't care. Not really people are going to see it, because there's going to be so much stuff hanging up, and I'm going to hang the 2 doors back up so the doors are up again. But to cover like this part of the room, I can get 8 foot sections. I know some of it will have to be cut, and some will have to be pieced together. And it's brown, but it's not like this weird like gray color crap that they put down in these places. Because I don't know if you saw from any of the videos, some of it was gray, some of it wasn't. It was pieced together. It's just, ugh. But anyways, the point is that after I get the floor down, once the floor is down, I think I'll put the tile down. Once the tile's down, then I will do the molding. That kind of stuff we can get in the car, because it's flexible and stuff, and it's smaller. It's only 8 foot instead of 10 and 12 and 14 foot sections. I'd like to try to find something to replace that if possible. If not, I'm going to have to pull it off gingerly all the way around so that I can hang the new ceiling tile, put the molding back up when it's done, and then start bringing everything back in. Because the beauty about that is, once the furniture's in place, guess what? you know, I can take my time pulling this stuff in anyway, so that way we can do what we got to do. And I also got some new hardware in that I already tested, and it works. You know, powers on, connects to the network, to the existing piece of crap. But I won't be able to put it in place until I can start getting everything downstairs. So that's pretty much it for right now. I am hoping and praying that this weekend is it. I still have to figure out how to shim it, because I want to remove those non-treated pieces of wood, and then I have to shim all this stuff so it doesn't move and stuff like that. Wanted to use wood. Like I said, I've got plenty of wood pieces out there. I know I need 1, 2, 3, 4, about 10 if I'm doing the blocking down here, which I'm thinking about doing. It's got to be in 4-foot sections. So that's, like I said, that's pretty much what's going on. Like I said, I'm hoping that it is done and I don't need anything major after this weekend. I'm hoping. Not holding my breath, because again, with my luck, it's never been that way. So really don't know. Okay, now as you can see, I've got some adjustments I got to do. Not exactly sure how I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to move the existing ones. It just depends. I got to figure out how to do the spacing. Not exactly sure. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever done a house or done a floor before. I mean, usually with stairs or something pre-existing, you pretty much know what you got to cut it to, and so it'll fit. One of the things I want to do... Oh, that's the wrong thing, because I didn't move this. There, I moved it there. One of the things that came in was the I ordered more memory for my laptop. It definitely needs it for some of the advanced functions of DaVinci Resolve, and basically, I don't know how well this will show up. Actually, I know how it'll show up, because I actually took, I want to say, a picture of it. Okay, and let me switch that over. Software demo, and as you can see, I now have 48 gigs. I did learn that, and I miss the simple days of upgrading RAM and machines, because I grew up where you had to change jumpers and dip switches and stuff like that. I like whenever I just put more memory in. This is on the earlier motherboards before the whole, you know, the way the BIOSes are now. Put more memory in. It would beep, hey, your memory configuration's changed. Go into setup, and then save it, and that's that. These newer machines, this machine was a little temperamental, the P51. It didn't like the fact that I put the larger memory on the bottom of the machine where the battery is, like when I take the bottom cover off. For some reason, I had to take the keyboard off, because the other two slots, because this thing can hold up to 64 gigs, and I didn't have the money to max it out, or I would have just maxed it out and been done with it. I had to take the keyboard off, put the memory in the two slots there, take the two 8-gig sticks out, and then put those on the underside, because then it would boot up, because it wasn't booting up. If I put the 32s underneath the two 32 sticks and left the two 8s up here, it would not boot up at all, no matter what I did. I mean, I did the famous reset where you press the power button 10 times. On the 10th time, you hold it down for 10 seconds, because that usually, when these get in a funky state, that's typically what I've always done with Lenovo's, and it usually works. Not sure why, but once I swapped the memory in that, did the reset before powering it back up, and after, I want to say a minute or two, because I'm sure it had to, like, check the memory or something like that. But whatever diagnostic it did while the screen was still black, it allowed it to work. I got that. I got a bunch of other stuff from Amazon that, you know, is going to be for help holding, you know, cameras up above, like the Canon Vixia here. maybe my mic. I don't know what all I'm going to do, just because of the fact that it depends on how everything's done. But I also need to, once the floor is done, lay the tile, do the trim work at the bottom, do the tile work at the top. And once that's pretty much done, I can start moving my stuff in, back in from everywhere all over the house. Oh my God. But I got a new switch in, and like I said, it's basically thanks to the stimulus money, because I'll be honest with you, I couldn't afford this switch any other time with everything else that's been going on. But that's pretty much what, like I said, I've had some stuff come in. I've got a bunch of other stuff too. And like I said, existing stuff that I've had that just haven't had a chance. So I was going to review it. Then I decided to fix the floor, because the floor needed done. I want to get it done before the summer, because once the summer hits, I am pretty much, I'm not going to say I'm going to be gone all the time, but I want to be able to, if me and the wife want to go to Cedar Point or Kings Island or something like that, we can go. The other things would be, if we went to King's Dominion, that we would have to stay overnight. Anything over 3 hours or 3 to 4 hour drive, I'm not planning on trying to drive there and come back. Because just driving to Kings Island the one time, King's Dominion the one time we went, I was tired. Because we drove, got there to the park, did the park. Because sometimes we go up and back for a day. We just we'll go up on a Saturday, ride around, come back. She'd drive us up, because I do better at night than she does night driving. It's not that she can't see, it's just that I can handle and react to stuff at night better than she can. So, and then I would drive us back at night, she'd pass out, and I amp myself up on 2 Mountain Dews, because if not, I start falling asleep behind the wheel. Don't like that too well, because we pack a cooler. But the point being is just that that's pretty much what, that's why I figured I'd do it. And like I said, it's going to be off in a couple of areas, like a little bit. It's not 100% perfect, because again, I am not a guy that does this. As I told Jason, I always give guys that do this stuff credit, but I give them a lot more credit now than I did before, just because of the fact that, it's definitely a lot of hard work. And to do it, to get it right so it's not totally out of whack, you have to take time to do it. I'm sure that because the guys that do this stuff for a living, they've done it so much, they can go a lot faster than me. I haven't done it. Like I said, the closest thing I've ever done in my entire life to this is actually fixing our stairs down the basement, going down, when our friend stepped down and busted the board, just because it was just crap. It really was. Again, I give credit where credit's due. If I would have started doing it when I was younger, I probably would be a lot better at it, but nobody ever taught me. And back when I was growing up as a kid, even when I was a teenager, the computers, the internet was not where it is today with the graphics and the video and everything. It was actually back where it was all text-based. And I'm sure if you look up the history of the internet, it started out as all text-based and stuff like that. It wasn't like what it is now. It wasn't until later. And by that time, I was already, in the tech field, fixing televisions and stuff like that. And then now computers and other things like that. And like I said, I don't know everything about computers. I know enough to be dangerous. But I know where my limitations are. So that's pretty much where it is. I got a good, strong feeling, regardless of what I have to do to adjust everything. Whether I adjust it, don't have to buy a couple more planks of wood, something like that. I'm looking at possibly this weekend I'm hoping I'm going to be at least done with the floor. I'm not going to be done with everything. I'm going to be done with, you know, putting the wood in the floor, mounting it and putting the plywood sheets on and stuff like that. Then after that, I want to fix my desk. I want to cut that piece so that I can, once everything's done, I can put that all back together, hopefully. You know, it's one of those things that where I don't want to have a big section missing and I'm staring at the wall. I tried to get a part from a company who makes the exact same thing. It's a different company. It's not by Sawyer Woodworking. And I tried, and the woman on the phone, it's like, I'm wanting to spend money. Well, we don't know if it'll fit. I'm willing to take the chance. I even told them this. So she left me a voicemail message. I tried calling them back. I tried doing what she said left on the voicemail. Didn't go anywhere. So you know what? I'm just to a point now. I don't care. Okay? The wood's not going to be that much of an imposition, in my opinion. All I need to do is drill the holes for the studs to go down inside on the thin edge, not on the thick, flat part. It's like, you know, you stand it up so that it'll mount, and I have to drill the ones for the screws. And pretty much I should be able to just put it up in. It might be a little thicker. Hopefully I can get it to work, get it to mount up. If not, I'll just pull it out and I'll just have a big gaping hole because the one piece is busted. It broke on the side and it broke at one on the top when we were trying to take it off. And I was just hoping that, you know, we could just do that and be done with it, and that would be that. But that's pretty much it. The next video, you should either hear success or, like I said, I had to get a couple extra pieces of wood and it has to wait until I can somehow get it. Something like that. It just depends. But hey, as I always say, if you like what I've showed you so far and stuff like that, please hit the like button, click subscribe, hit the bell icon, select all, and, you know, help with the YouTube algorithm. Like I said, I'd like to try to grow the channel a little more. I'm going to get back to reviewing products and all kinds of stuff. I've got some software things I want to try to get set up on my network, you know, once I get everything back downstairs and back up and running again. Not trying to extend this out, but just telling you some future stuff too. So, but hey, as I always say, have a good day, guys.